What's up, guys? It's Miguel Vargas, and I'm here at the TRX Training Center, and I am here to give you a quick and dirty 30-minute workout that's going to help you feel a little bit better, give you a little bit of a sweat, and take your mind off everything that's going on right now. So today's workout is going to be a total body workout, but I'm going to have an emphasis on those glutes and those quads. Thinking about some lunging. We're also going to be doing a lot of core work at some point in here, so make sure you keep a water bottle and a towel close by because we are going to get after it. So the only piece of equipment you'll need today is a mat and your TRX suspension trainer and your body weight. So we're going to start off with about a minute of jumping jacks, and here's the best part. I'm going to work out with you. I'm not just going to stand here and tell you what to do. My goal is to show you what right looks like so that you at home can understand what right feels like. So we've got 60 seconds on the jumping jacks. That starts now. So when you're doing jumping jacks, it's all about keeping it light. So making sure you're nice and light on those toes, nice and long with those arms. So from here, I know a lot of people don't love them. They turn into kind of these things right here, which is okay because you're moving. But my daughter has a great saying that we've seen before. Just okay is what?
Not okay.
Just okay is not okay. So we got about 30 seconds to go on these jumping jacks. So keeping the smile alive. I'm going to do my best to keep smiling through this 30-minute workout. A little bit more than 30, but breathing. Don't want to get into that panicky breath. I like to go in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. A little bit of a challenge if you want to just stick to nasal breathing. That's another way to help challenge or regulate your breathing, but that's 60 seconds right there. Now we're going to go down to the ground. We got a little bit of a runner stretch. It's all about starting off in that nice strong plank position. Raise one foot up, hand comes up to the sky. I like to move around a little bit. I'm looking for my ankles, my hips to just get mobilized. Come back into that plank. You can throw the hips up, maybe tap the heels on the ground. Over to the other side, same thing. Now right away, you'll probably notice that one side's probably a little bit tighter than the other. Reset that plank. Hips go back up into the air. And then we're just alternating again, going from side to side here. We got about 15 seconds to go, so we want to make sure we get both sides done. If you're feeling like getting after it, next time you do this, feel free to add a push-up on the transition. Last downward dog position here. Nice. Now the next exercise we're going to do is just a little bit of a low back stretch. So it's nothing too crazy, but we're definitely trying to keep it moving. So it's not so much a static stretch. Elbows are stacked under my shoulders. My straps are at mid-length. I'm going to walk back, extend my arms, and then I'm going to lower my hips down and back. So you don't want to be too low, just enough to start feeling that stretch in your shoulders as you alternate from side to side. Breathing on each one. You can round the shoulders, come back up. Move the head around, give me a little Stevie Wonder, if you will. Again, those feet shoulder width apart, hands are shoulder height. Drop down. Now, you can have the toes come up or you can have the feet come flat down to the ground. It's your call. But again, we're just trying to get into that low back. Get into those chest and shoulders. Now, this is something that will come back later. This is how I like to start and end a lot of my workouts. Now, the last thing we're going to do here is a wall slide or a snow angel, kind of putting the two together for this one. So as I stand facing away from the anchor point, my straps are still at mid-lane. I'm going to push into the handles for a nice big stretch here, and I'm going to pull my elbows back down. So big push, inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. And after that, I can take the arms out and then drive up and come back down. I'm kind of searching for the gunk in the shoulders, and this is one of my favorite ways to find it. So as I push, I'm raising the hands up, coming back down, big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. Kind of moving around. You can add so many moves to this if you want. From here, you can add a little hinge or an airplane, whichever you want to call it by, waking up those hamstrings a little bit more. But definitely an easy exercise that'll help get the shoulders ready for what we are about to do to them. Now, it's time to get started. We've got 4 exercises that we're going to do for 3 rounds apiece. And those 3 rounds are going to be 40 seconds of work with 15 seconds of transition, which means we are not going to have a lot of time to transition. Now, this workout is meant for anyone. It's kind of an intermediate, I wouldn't call it a beginner, but what we're going to do is use a lot of body parts to do the movement. So we've got the first exercise, which is a TRX squat row. So we're using our shoulders, our hips, our knees, everything's moving here. And so the overall goal here is we want to make sure that we're focusing on chasing that plank, we're focusing on controlling our breath, and most importantly, we're focusing on having fun. So we've got about 20 seconds before my timer actually counts down, and then we're going to get going. But I promise you, this is your time to grab your water bottle, make sure you've got your mat, make sure those shoes are tied, because after this, there is zero, when I say zero, I mean only 15 seconds rest to transition between each one. So I've got about 20 seconds, and I'm going to let you know what the TRX squat row looks like. My straps are at mid-length, standing facing the anchor point. I got my elbows shoulder height. I'm going to extend, drop down, come up, and I'm going to finish just like that. So we've got 10 seconds before we start down, and like I said, we got 45 seconds of work on each one. So 40 seconds. So as I lower down, I come up, keeping my elbows in line from side to side. Now, do you have to just stick with the high row? No, you can go to a low row. Each time you're just trying to make sure you're having fun. A lot of times I'll see people hump into the air to do this exercise. That's not how we do that. Big inhale on the way down, big exhale as you come up. We've got 4, 3, 2, and time. Now the next exercise we're going to do are floor jacks. So you can come into that plank position. We're going to hold it nice and tight. Now from here, we're going in 5 seconds. Now you can hop it out, or you can toe tap it out, but the challenge is to chase that plank. So, just know that when we're doing these exercises, feel free to start ahead if you hear the exercise and you want to go. When you're jumping around, I see this happen a lot. That's not what, we're not chasing our plank when we do that. So we want to make sure we drop down. Even if you're taking that side step, you're still trying to chase that plank. Now we've got about 5 seconds to go here, so make sure you're holding on nice and tight. 3, 2, whew, and time. Now the next thing we're going to do is a Trx lunge with a chest fly. We're going to keep it moving. This kind of helps bring the heart rate back down, but we're still using a lot of muscles to keep moving here. So once the straps are at mid-length, you're standing facing away. Big lunge, big stretch. I love this exercise because you can go fast. It's not really a high degree of difficulty, but man, it just feels good, right? You can go up to a Y, you can come straight up to an I. But what I see a lot of time are people arching their backs as they come forward into this exercise, and that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure we have that good proper alignment and time. Now we're going to go to mid-calf. Toes are going to go in the straps. We're going to do a Trx crunch. I'm on the ground facing away, hands go underneath my chest. Get in that nice strong plank position. Knees are going to come in. You drive back out. You almost want to think of pulling your knees forward as opposed to making space for them by driving your hips up into the air. So when I'm here, pull in, keeping that nice flat back. Always squeezing those glutes. You want apples the whole time, no applesauce around here. Again, I'll also see people rounding their shoulders. Remember, it's okay to take a break. We got 2, 1, and time. Now here's the good news. You know what's coming up next. We're going back to that squat row. We've got 2 more rounds of everything. So we're starting off with that Trx squat row again. Another 40 seconds of work. Ready? Let's go. Again, I like to alternate on this exercise. Again, I'm not trying to do the same workouts that I would be able to do in the gym when I'm at home. When I'm at home, it's really about trying to get a sweat, trying to get my mind right, maybe take my mind off everything that's going on, but really have some me time, right? So hopefully, as you go through this, you enjoy the coaching, but you really get that mental break that you need. So that's 40 seconds on the squat row. We're going back down to the ground on the floor jack. Now, if you want to put something on this and I'm not opposed to it, feel free to add a push-up. So that looks like this. When your feet are together, you hop out, hop back in, hop out, hop back in. Just make sure you're chasing your plank the whole time. So I'm going to just hold that plank and go to the toe tap. Every time I move my leg out, I'm squeezing my abs as tight as I can, making sure I chase that plank. I don't have that dip in my low back. Really trying to protect my spine as I move through this. We got about 10 seconds. I'm just going to hold it here, trying to grab the ground with my fingers, making sure everything's tight and engaged. We got 3, 2, whew. All right. So again, after that hard floor jack set, we want to try to bring you back with that lunge and a chest stretch or a chest fly. So we're coming back to that exercise in 2. Hands are chest height, big step. So this is an opportunity for me to get my breathing back under control. But also, I get to sneak in a little mobility into my day. Right? If every exercise is just about load and about speed, I'm not going to be able to really focus in on that range of motion right now. So sometimes, range of motion for me is the goal. Quality movement is always the goal, but sometimes when the weight's too heavy, we don't get a chance to focus on that. Straps are going back to mid-calf. Another quick way for you to get your toes in. You're standing facing away, just drop down. We're gonna go back to that crunch. I'm gonna go down to my forearms on this one, and here we go. So as the knees come in. Now, if you're too far away from your anchor point, your feet are gonna be higher, which makes it a little bit tougher to keep your feet level. So if I scoot back and get my feet a little bit underneath the anchor point, now I've got that straight line forward. I don't have such a high pike in the hips as I'm coming back. So again, from my hands, when you're further away from that anchor point, that pendulum is pulling you back to the center. So you want to make sure your feet at least start off in neutral, feet underneath the anchor point. And if you want to make it harder, you walk away. If you want to make it easier, you get a little bit closer to the anchor point, or if you're working off a door, closer to the door. We're starting off round 3. Here we go with those squat rows again. As you can see, I'm working up a little bit of a sweat now. So if you're wondering, how effective is this workout going to be? Well, we'll find out. I'm wearing my heart rate monitor, and I've got the TRX training app going behind me in the background, just so I can track my heart rate through these movements. And it's going to be really fun to see how high the heart rate got on some of these exercises and what the total calorie burn is, just so we can have that conversation later. So, that's 40 seconds on those squat rows. Floor jumps, that's what we got to do. Go back down to the ground. So again, if you're feeling good, this is your last opportunity at these exercises. Ready? Here we go. You can play with the order however you like, but remember the goal, chase the plank, right? No saggy hips on the push-ups, no rounded shoulders. We got about 5 seconds to go. Whew. I'm going to call it early. And time. So we're coming into our final exercise for standing. We got that floor-based exercise next. But for now, we get to bring the heart rate back down a little bit, get to focus on that mobility with that lunge to a chest fly. 2, 1, here we go. So still breathing heavy, still feeling it in the arms, the upper body, but feeling really good overall. Now the second half of this workout, we're going to focus in on that lower body a little bit more, and those abs a little bit more. But for now, let's focus in on these lunges, staying nice and tall, keeping pressure in the handles. 2, 1. All right, my last set. Toes in, mid-calf. We got that TRX reverse crunch. Woo. Here we go, I'm gonna pop up, 40 seconds of work. A lot of times you'll see this dip and then come back up. Don't let that happen. If you need to take a break, drop down to your knees for a second, pop back up to that plank. Try to own the position as much as you can. Chase that strong plank. We got a saying, you want that contraction to drive the movement. All right? We got about 10 seconds to go here. And time. Now we're going to move on to the next set of exercises. Straps are at mid-length. We've got a crossing balance lunge. We're going to start off on my left foot. Right foot is facing that anchor point. We're going to come down. I like to tap on the first one and then pick up the pace. So from here, own it. As you can see, I've got a nice 90-degree angle with that front leg, and I'm not letting those knees trail forward or let my leg trail out to the side. If that's too challenging, just go straight back. But either way, cross. Try to keep those shoulders level. Try to keep those hips level. Up. Last 5 seconds to go here. Booty's starting to burn, and time. All right, so now my left leg's fired up. I'm gonna go to a roll out. I'm gonna leave the straps at mid-length to focus on chasing that plank. That roll out, a lot of times you get people trying to come way up here. This is not a shoulder exercise. We're trying to roll. Keep those shoulder blades down and back. As I come forward, always trying to think about maintaining that nice, strong plank. But also we talk about masses and spaces. My head, it's a big old mass. Got to keep it separate from my neck space. I got, almost there, about 10 seconds to go. Imagine something we're going to come up to you at the top and tickle you. You wouldn't want that to happen. You want to stay nice and tight. All right, so now we did crossing balance on one side, roll out on the other. We're going to go to the crossing balance lunge on our right side now. Elbows are stacked into the shoulders. raising that leg up. Here we go. Own it. First tap. Then you can start to suspend. But if you want to tap that foot for support, you absolutely can. Inhale down. Big exhale up. Nice loose grip on those handles. When you come down, you're not pulling yourself to standing. You're driving through that front leg. So when I come down, nice and tall. Abs stay engaged. Almost there. 5 seconds to go. And time. So now I'm going to go down to a plank. I'm going to get my toes in. I got a side plank coming up. So from here, I'm going to start off on my left side facing you. 3, 2. Now I like to hold this, I like to hold this for about 10 to 15 seconds, rest and reset before, my shoulder takes on too much grunt. So that's 15. I'm going to take 5 seconds. I'm going to bring it home for the last 20. Ready? Up. So if you got it and you want to hold that plank for the whole time, but if it starts to look like this, is that worth it, right? We want to make sure we're owning it. So push down with those feet. Whew. 5 seconds to go here. Make a fist with that top hand. 2, 1, and time. All right, now I'm going to do a quick, just so I can look at you the whole time, quick switch. So we're getting ready. 3, 2, and here we go. In the side plank, you want to make sure your top foot is in front of the bottom. Shoulders are in line with those ears, hips, knees, and ankles. Staying away from that banana, right? All right, so I'm going to take 5 seconds here. We're going to pop back up, go into that last 15 seconds. Here we go. Feet are pushed down nice and solid. Imagine you got something heavy in your hand, so you got that fist. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Nice job. Now here's the good news. We only have to do that one more time. So we got 10 seconds before we go. Straps go back to mid-lane. We're going to that crossing balance lunge. In 2, 1 on your left foot. Here we go. Pump the knee up. Nice job. Now, I'm tapping the toe because I want to pick up the speed. If you want to slow down, and own that position, working on your balance and your stability. So you can own it, drive through that front leg, so you choose, fast or slow. There's no easy way to do that exercise. 2, 1, and time. Now on the roll up, you'll see some people add a little oblique crunch from side to side. I want you to keep it simple today. I really want you to attack those abs right now. So every time you roll up, imagine someone's going to do this to you. So get ready, shoulder blades down and back, roll up. Whew. I'm going to hold it for an extra 2 count. So as I roll up, whew, really challenging my shoulders to maintain that stability. Trying to maintain stability in your shoulder girdle while looking at range of motion, it's a really challenging thing. Again, those abs stay nice and tight. Last 4, 3, 2, and time. All right, I'm going to change the position so you can look at this crossing balance lunge a little bit better. So you can see I'm not coming way out to the side. So my right foot's lined up with the anchor point. I'm going to come down and then drive up, down and then drive up. A lot of times you'll see this happen here, and you lose that just stability in that front leg. So we're trying to own it, drive that knee to the top. A lot of times I like to think, can you reset from the bottom? So when you're here, squeeze those abs, squeeze your glutes, drive up nice and strong. Last 5 seconds to go here, and time. All right, we're going back down to the ground. We got that side plank. Something nice and simple that you can add to this exercise, we got 5 seconds before we go, is an easy abduction. I'm here, my hand is up, little scissor kick. So, not an abduction. Drive up, maintaining pressure in those foot cradles. You can hold it. I'm going to rest for 5, regroup. Then I'm going to put something else on. I'm going to put a little bit of a rotation here. So from here for the last 10 seconds, my hips pike up. Whew. Tap the fingers, you come up, big pike, reset, and time. All right, so just so you can see me, so I'm looking at you for this set. You can take it over to this side, drop those toes in. Again, top foot is in front of the bottom. Ready? Here we go. So first, I'm owning it. I got that scissor kick. Not letting the shoulders round. Making sure I'm controlling my breathing. Big inhale through the nose, big exhale through the mouth. Stop for 5, just so I can reset the shoulder, reset my position. And here we go. Hips go up. You want that pike. Woo! Those obliques. Feeling on scissor kick. Up into the pike. Controlling it. 2, and time. Woo! Grab a quick sip. We got 30 seconds or so before we start our final set. We got 4 exercises. In those 4 exercises, we're going to do 10 reps of everything. 10 reps, 4 exercises for 4 minutes long. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to the straps. We're going to leave them at mid-length. We're going to go to a tricep press. So standing facing away from the ankle point. Start from the bottom, drive back up. Boom. Boom. Then I go down to the ground. We're going to do 20 mountain climber. So 10 per leg for 20 total. If you stand up, you got 10 bicep curls, and then we're going to finish with some jumping jacks. So, I'm kidding. We've got cycle jumps. I knew there was something challenging in there. We're going to go cycle jumps, tricep press, mountain climbers, bicep curls. Your 4 minutes start now. So I'm going to hold on to the straps for my cycle jumps. You don't have to. And again, think 10 per leg, so we got 20. 2, 3. Right into those tricep presses. So starting with your thumbs at your ears so you know the good distance. 1, 2, 3. Watch that low back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down on the ground for mountain climbers. So 20 total. Popping back up for bicep curls. Making sure we're really squeezing those arms at the top. Woo! One more. I tried to cheat out a rep, sorry. All right, 2 minutes to go here. Can you get through one more series? I'm going to let go of the straps this time. You can too at home. Whew, it's 20. Right back into those tricep presses. Get ready. If you really need it, take an offset foot stance. Almost there. 7, 8, 9, 10. Mountain climbers up next. 45 seconds to go. Final set of bicep curls. Thank goodness. 15 seconds to go. I'm just going to do the last 5 seconds here. Make sure you're chasing that plank. And done. I don't know about you, but I got a nice little pump in my arms, my legs, got a nice little blast. And like I said, same way we started it, it's the same way we're going to end it. So I'm going to start off with that low back stretch. Hands are shoulder height, feet are shoulder width apart. Big inhale through my nose. And now I just want to let my heart rate come back down here. So as I add a rotation to the left, to the right, this comes all the way down my shoulders, into my lats, my low back, but it also comes up the hamstrings, into the glutes. Woo. it's a good one. From here, I'm gonna let go of my right handle, hold on with my left, and I'm gonna take my right leg across the body, and I'm just gonna sit, start my hand up at the top, and I'm gonna open up. This feels great. A little mobility in your T-spine. Seeing what that's looking like right now. And switch it over to the other side. So I just grab with my right hand, park my back. I'm gonna step across the body, extend my arm, and then I'm gonna open it back up. So this isn't about seeing how far back you can go. You actually wanna reach out to your side, lengthening. Next, last but not least is my favorite exercise to end with, just that chest opener. So from here, you're just opening up your heart, right? You wanna open it up. You wanna take a nice deep inhale. You wanna hold it in. I like to say hold it in and be grateful for everything you've got, everything you've been able to do. And then when you exhale, exhale everything you don't need. Exhale that doubt, exhale that stress, exhale that worry. But inhale, take it all in and hold it, hold on to it for just a little bit, right? Feels good. And then when you let it all out, you let out everything that you don't need. I hope you enjoyed today's workout. You are gonna feel it in those legs, in those abs, that chest, those shoulders. Follow along because we're gonna have plenty more of these for you. So stay tuned, we've got some great content coming your way. Again, leave some comments below, let us know what you think. What are some exercises, what are some challenges that you wanna see? Because we've got some great coaches who are really excited about giving you some content at this time while you're home, unable to take care of all the things that you want to do in your day. So we're here for you, we want to help you, and we want you to stay fit. So that's all for now, we'll see you soon. And somebody wants to come over and say hello. So today is St. Patrick's Day, and I've got my little lucky charm with me. Whoever you get to spend the time with, make sure you do it, make sure you enjoy it, and stay tuned. So we'll see you soon, all right? Stay fit.